Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to talk to you about my Maskne survival tips. So, Maskne, this is a word that did not exist maybe in any vocabulary, but definitely not in my vocabulary until this year, until 2020. And it is something that I've definitely had to deal with. So I'm already acne prone, and since all of this has gone down, I have been wearing a mask pretty much all the time when I'm not at my house. I wear one when I go to work. I wear one if I go to any type of store. I basically wear one if I'm going to be around any person that's not my husband. So like I said, I'm already very acne prone, but wearing a mask for prolonged periods can even cause people who never break out to break out. There are kind of two main ways I think that masks cause breakouts. So the first is friction. They rub around on your face and they can cause inflammation. Inflammation can lead to breakouts, or it can just lead to inflamed little red bumps on the skin that aren't really acne, but they kind of look like it. Or obviously they can trap bacteria between the mask and the skin. And if you're not cleansing well enough, or it's sitting on your skin for a really long period of time, that can obviously lead to breakouts as well. So I'm about to share with you my top tips for lessening the amount of maskne you experience, hopefully avoiding it, maybe altogether if you can, but also my tips for dealing with it if you can't avoid it altogether, which I can't, and maybe you can't either. So my first tip has to do with what kind of masks you wear. So obviously the best type of mask to wear is the one that fits your face really well, because the better a mask conforms to your face, the less it's gonna move around, the less friction is going to exist, and the less inflammation will be caused by wearing the mask. Now, some ways to modify masks to fit better are using these little rubber stoppers to kind of tighten the ear loops to make it fit your face more tightly. It's the looseness, the moving around, that causes the friction. And another thing with mask choice is the type of fabric. So I have rosacea, I have acne, and with rosacea comes inflammatory issues. With acne, also same. So I like to wear really, really soft masks. Anything that has any type of real noticeable texture irritates my skin. And that can be true for lots of people, especially if you wear masks every single day. So this mask Skin Store gifted me. You can buy it on skinstore.com. It is from the brand Slip, and it is their reusable silk face mask. Now, silk is notoriously good for acne prone skin and just skin that has inflammatory issues because it is so smooth. It doesn't irritate the skin at all because of how smooth it is. It basically, it has a texture, but it basically doesn't feel like it. With silk face masks, they don't rub the same way. They don't make my skin super red, especially not to the degree that other face masks do. This particular face mask, the one from Slip, not only does it look really sleek, honestly, this is like a going out face mask. I've worn it to work several times and I always get asked where it's from because it looks elegant. So this mask has 3 layers. It has 2 layers of 100% silk with 1 layer of 100% cotton sandwiched in between. So it's a triple layer mask. It has a nose wire in the bridge of the nose so that you can conform it to your face, which also I find that these little bendy pieces in masks allow for more accurate fit that allows for less friction, less irritation, less movement. It also has the rubber stoppers on the ear loops, which allow you to tighten it to make it fit your face perfectly. And it comes with spares of both of those, of the metal wires and the rubber stoppers. So this is by far the most gentle face mask I've worn. It's actually my favorite. And I definitely want more colors because it's my favorite to wear to work and I am lazy and I don't wash it every day. Before I move on to other tips, I do want to mention you can get this at skinstore.com. I do have a discount code. You can save 25% on it. I will put it on the screen right here. I will also list it down below as well as the link to the product. They have several different colors. They're very beautiful. Also, that discount code, I'm pretty sure it applies to a lot of things on skinstore.com, not just these face masks, but I was told that exclusions do apply. Now, my second tip is to wash your face masks frequently. So the way that I approach it is definitely from someone who's had acne their whole life. That's my way of approaching it. So I do not wear one twice. Same with my makeup brushes and my pillowcases. I change them every night. I use a new one every day. So I like to have enough in my stash to where I have one per day without fail. And I do keep some disposable ones on hand just in case I'm lazy at some point and forget to wash them for whatever reason. But I do not put a dirty one back on my face because you've got the bacteria from the day before on there, and that can just sandwich everything, and it can definitely exacerbate breakouts for sure. So wash your face masks frequently. Next, we are moving into skincare territory. So tip number 3 has to do with cleansing, and that is 100% make sure you are cleansing your skin well, both at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. So you want to be using gentle cleansers because you don't want your skin to be stripped or anything like that. That will not help you. I have just a few of my favorites here. These are not the only ones available, but they are the ones that I personally use and love. So my favorite AM cleanser, my favorite morning cleanser, is the Tashmu Water Lily Nourishing Milky Wash from Holy Frog. This is 1000% the gentlest cleanser I've ever used in my life, and it's perfect for mornings. Now at night, I always recommend a double cleanse, but especially if you've been wearing a mask all day. So you're gonna start with something like a balm cleanser, something that will remove makeup, dirt, SPF, everything else. My favorite is the Kasemi Vitamin F Therapy Balmy Wash from Holy Frog. It's really good. Again, really gentle. And for my second cleanse, I either use the Tashmu Water Lily again, or I use Holy Frog's Shasta AHA Refining Acid Wash. So it just depends on what mood I'm in. If my skin's feeling irritated, I'll use this one because it's more gentle. If my skin's feeling congested and acne-y, I'll use this one because AHAs are great for refining the skin and kind of giving you that jump start into acne prevention and fighting. Now, to make sure that you're cleansing your skin really well, you just want to make sure that when you're finished, there is nothing on your towel when you dry your face. So no makeup, no tinted SPF, no dirt, no nothing. You want your towel to basically look the same as when you pulled it out of your closet. The next tip is to avoid makeup if you can. Now, I don't really know the science behind this. I don't even know if there is, but it seems like sandwiching makeup in between a face mask and your skin just wouldn't be good for it. So just opt out if you can. My next tip is to have some type of acne spot treatment on hand that you think works for you, or a preventative of some sort, because that can be very helpful. So I have a preventative and a spot treatment that I love. My preventative of choice is the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant from Paula's Choice. If I'm feeling irritated at all, I throw this literally out a window. I don't go anywhere near it. But if my skin's feeling okay, comfortable, not stripped, not irritated, this goes on at night, first thing after I wash my face. Spot treatment. So this is what I use if I'm having active breakouts that I want to actively fight. I use the Daily Skin Clearing Treatment from Paula's Choice. This is a benzoyl peroxide treatment. I used to think benzoyl peroxide was way too irritating for my skin, but something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later helped me get into a place where I can use this and it doesn't just make my skin feel like the Sahara Desert. So I basically just dab this on, rub this into areas that I have breakouts. Now, other treatments can be oxalic acid, there are sulfur treatments, there are all kinds of spot treatments out there that use different mechanisms and different ingredients to fight acne. It's all about finding one that you think works for you and not abusing it, because they can dry your skin out, they can exacerbate irritation, all those things. My next tip is to make sure you are properly hydrating your skin, especially if you are using acne fighting ingredients on a regular basis. Those are things that can irritate your skin, as I've said probably 72 times already. And you want to make sure you're balancing those out by using nourishing, light layers of hydrating products. And maybe sometimes sealing those products in with something that's really heavy and thick and luxurious. So what I mean by hydrating products, things like hydrating essences, hydrating serums, face mists, restorative serums, restorative creams, moisturizers, whatever, sleeping packs. So some of my favorites are the Adaptogen Soothe and Hydrate Activated Mist from Youth to the People, the Naturium Hyaluronic Acid Essence, and the Naturium Intense Overnight Sleeping Cream. Now, obviously, I don't use this every day, like for sure. And I use different moisturizers during the day and all those things, but these are 3 of my absolute favorites, staples. This is what I use on nights when my skin is feeling extra irritated, or I've used tretinoin, or I've used something that is going to increase the sensitivity of my skin probably. This is what I use because it's thick, it's nourishing, it's really, really, really soothing and hydrating. I use these twice a day, every day. I basically sandwich this between 2 layers of this, because it is intensely hydrating and makes my skin feel really soothed and calm. Another absolute staple is this Great Barrier Relief from Crave Beauty. So this is not only a reparative, restorative, nourishing serum, but it's also hydrating. So it's another hydrating layer. Basically, my morning routine is cleanse. Sometimes I'll use some type of AHA product. I use these, I use this, and then I moisturize. So that's 4 layers of hydration. And that kind of acts as my anti-inflammatory barrier. So that's how I'm attempting to combat that friction. The biggest reason for all these hydrating layers is not just to keep your skin nourished and happy throughout the day and add that protective layer underneath your mask, but also because having hydrated, happy skin equals less inflamed skin. So like I said at the beginning, inflammation can lead to breakouts, inflammation can exacerbate breakouts. So this is just a way to eliminate or limit the amount of inflammation that your skin's going to experience. So just be diligent with those hydrating layers. My second to last tip is to not pick at your skin. We all preach this. Everybody says to not do this. Everyone's heard it. If you've got acne or ever breakout, people tell you not to pick at your pimples. Don't squeeze them, don't touch them, leave them alone. Well, they were never lying. I was never lying, but also I'm not gonna say I never listened to my advice, but I was definitely a picker. I am not anymore. I'm very proud to say that. I don't pick at my face anymore. I might have a weak moment every now and then, but for the most part, I don't. And let me tell you, my breakouts heal so much faster, so much faster. They're much less likely to leave a scar or a prolonged mark, much less likely to leave a hyperpigmented spot. Honestly, night and day. I didn't realize how negatively I was affecting my face until I stopped doing it. And obviously, like I just said, one of the biggest factors in the appearance of a pimple is the inflammation, the inflammatory response. So if you're being diligent with your hydrating layers, if you're nourishing your skin properly and keeping it happy, those pimples should be less apparent anyway. And they should go away quicker. They should be less painful generally. And yeah, just don't pick at them. Let them run their course. Hopefully you're keeping your skin happy enough to where they heal a little bit faster. And my last tip, which I am sure that there are a million other tips I could give you. There's probably a lot more tips that I actually have, but I want to end on this note because this, in my opinion, is the most important tip, and that is to treat yourself with kindness. I mean, there are lots of things going on in the world right now. There are lots of things going on in all of our lives that have led us to be more stressed, to feel more pressure, and that can show up on your face. And you just need to learn and understand that you are just as beautiful when you're breaking out as you are when you're not. Breaking out doesn't make you nasty, gross, unclean, ugly. Like, those are things that I see people say sometimes, and it offends me because it's not true. You are just as worthy, wonderful, and beautiful when you're breaking out as when you aren't. Do not see these pimples and go crazy picking at them and trying to pop them and trying to assault them off of your face. Give yourself kindness. Use a hydrating face mask, drink some water, hydrate your skin, nourish your skin, make your skin a little bit happier. Don't tear it down and make it worse. I know that clear skin is the goal for pretty much everyone, but for a lot of us, we'll never have perfectly clear skin. And this moment in time has just kind of magnified that. But we all just need to remember that, yeah, maybe clear skin is cool, but having unclear skin, having breakouts, it's not that important. It doesn't diminish you as a person. It doesn't diminish your beauty or your worth or your talent or how awesome you are. Be nice to yourself. If you get off from work and wash your face and notice a couple new bumps, brush it off. Go eat some ice cream or chocolate or a donut or a salad, whatever makes you feel good, and tackle the next day. I would love to hear your Maskne survival tips down below. I appreciate you so much for watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye.